Good day. Good day. This is Thumbs United. I'm recording. I'm just gonna chat and do some photography editing. So this is the photograph we're gonna be doing. This is in Florence. This is one of the art museums. And so here we go. So the first thing I guess to talk about is I have a new audio setup, and it's okay. I'm happy that I found it. It's kind of a process. The mixer I have, it's an okay mixer, but there's like a million options for how to set it up, and it's just I don't know, complicated. I'm slowly getting used to it. I've had it forever, but pretty much each time I record something I have to set it up differently. Like when I record live to tape and the Flotations documentary Project Newfoundland, I record those binaurally. So I record that with two microphones and they're spaced apart, and one is for the left channel and one is for the right channel, and it gives like a 3D sound, and I think it sounds better because there's more definition in the voice recording. And even if I wasn't doing more voice recording, there's still a lot of definition, extra definition. And so I record that binaurally, and a lot of people that do ASMR and everything, they also use binaural microphones in a similar setup. And so that's one setup I do with my mixer. And then when I record for Thumbs United and doing live streams and everything like that, then I do what is it called? I just do it. It's mono, one microphone, but it's outputted to stereo. And so I like to get to a point where I don't have to reset up everything all at once. It's gonna be kind of funny because right now the way I could do it is I could set up 3 microphones, and then 2 of them would be binaural, and then the third one would just be the mono that's outputted to stereo, and then I just turn on whichever microphone I need to use. But that's kind of like overkill. I do have 3 of the same microphones, but it would just take up more space on my desk, and my desk is like really cluttered right now. I barely have enough room to do this, so that's kind of a problem. So this image is moving faster. It's there's not a lot of marks, and a lot of it is in darkness. So even if there were a lot of spots to remove, it wouldn't show up in the parts that are like pitch black. And so one of the things that I'm happy with this new audio setup is that the way I do is I have everything go through the mixer. So the music and the sound effects from my PC, they go into the mixer, and then the microphone goes in the mixer, and I can like manually set the levels and everything. So the way I was doing it before, there was like this like a high pitched kind of. It wasn't loud. It was like but it was a squeal. And I checked while I was streaming, and it's not still there. It's a lot quieter than it used to be. But the sound that's coming from my PC is actually in phase. Before it was out of phase, and the music didn't sound so good. It sounded kind of distant. Even though it was loud, it still sounded like it was kind of far away, and it sounded tinny, and there wasn't enough bass and everything. So now it sounds, 100% better. The sound's not quite where I want to be exactly yet. I'm still trying to figure out what audio source is making the high-pitched sound. But it is a lot better. So I'm just gonna go on through and edit away. I have a list of notes that things to talk about. I had to read it for a second. I've only gotten to topic 1 and I already forgot what I wanted. Things I wanted to say. It's kind of what happens once you get older. You start to forget things. But I just got back to my home. I spent I spent 2 weeks in New York. It wasn't all at once. I spent this last week in New York, and then I came back to my house for 4 days, and then the week before that I was in New York. So it was a lot of traveling. And the reason I went 2 weeks ago was that it was my sister's dance performance, and she was a senior, and she's studying modern and ballet dance at the college she went to. And so we went to go see the capstone, which is her final project that she did. And usually what the dancers will do is they'll choreograph their own dance, but it'll be like one section, not a section. It would be like kind of not a whole performance, but just like one dance, which is like listening to one song or so. So it's about 5 or 7 minutes long, but they have to make it up themselves. But what my sister did was she created a whole performance. So her performance was an hour and a half, and it was incredible. I told her there are paid performances that I've been to, and they weren't as good as her final project. I was really glad that I was able to see it. And so yeah, she choreographed everything. There was an hour and a half of dancing, and I mean just of dancing. That wasn't including the intermission. And it was just, everything was really good. Her dancers were really good. Hold on. computer's getting really laggy. Gonna shut some stuff down. Yeah, I don't know why it's only at 20% CPU. Okay. I quit Chrome, that might be the problem. But the dance was really good. I'm going back to that. And so I saw that dance. And then the college, separate from her dance, they had their own dance. Yeah, I'm really wondering. What is causing it to be so slow? Okay. I have to check something. Hopefully the stream doesn't crash. But I have to check. You know, I double checked everything and it was working fine before. Please don't crash. Famous last words. It's still not right. Hold on. Okay, we're just gonna stick with this. We're almost done with this photograph, so hopefully it clears up for the next one. I'm gonna double check. I already looked and I went into Task Manager and it said it wasn't it didn't say I was running a 32-bit of Photoshop. But I'm gonna, after this photo, I'm gonna quit it and restart the Photoshop. I'm not gonna restart the stream. Okay, we're almost done. Yeah, this bottom needs a little bit more work. I really hope I can find the problem with this. This is getting ridiculous. The stream isn't lagging. It's actually Photoshop that's lagging. And I checked my checked task manager, and it was nothing's maxed out. There's still plenty of RAM free. Okay, we're done with this image. So So I'm going to okay, hold on, I'm gonna try and fix this. Here we go. Let's see if this is any better. Hopefully it is. Seems better so far. Oh yeah, it's much better. What I ended up doing was restarting Photoshop. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. So for my sister, she choreographed this whole dance. It was the whole performance. It wasn't just most dancers. What they do is they do like 10-minute, 12-minute dance, and that's part of the whole performance. But what my sister did was she created and choreographed a whole performance. So it was around 30 minutes of dancing with intermission, and there was like 9 or 10 dances in the whole performance. They were all done by her. It was really good, and it was better than several dances that I've seen by professional companies. So that was nice because let me turn this music down. And so that was really nice because it's just like, I don't think she'll have any problem working professionally in the dance world. I mean, I always knew she was really good, but now it's just like, that's incredible. What she was doing then, this last year, it was just nice to see. And so that was 2 weeks ago, and that's why I went to New York. And I was there for about 6 days, and there was a lot of driving. And then flew back, and then I was home for 4 days, and then we went back for her graduation, and that was good. The graduation overall went pretty well. Okay, this photo is going by pretty fast as well. I'm gonna get a lot done today. And this night photography is ending up being easier than the day photography. The sun dances on across the moonless sky, chasing the darkness again. But he'll never catch her, and neither will I. But I'll be around the next bend. Around the next bend, I'll see your face once again. Around the next bend, I'll see your face once again. And kind of my next topic. It's not really sad, but I mean, it's gonna sound bad. But I'm kind of pausing production on some of the projects I'm working on. Project Newfoundland they're not ending. It's just they're pausing for a second, for a month. And it might not even be a full month. It might just be like 2 weeks. But what ends up happening usually is I release one episode early to Patreon a month before it comes out on YouTube, and I'm not gonna have time to make episode 5. So episode 4 is gonna come out onto YouTube June 1st, but the early access one isn't going to be on Patreon on June 1st, which is episode 5. And the reason is just because I did so much traveling to New York, I haven't had time to work on it. And the same is happening for Live to Tape. That story time is pausing. And they're not going away, they're not ending. It's just that I need more time for the end of the month for other things I'm working on. And some of it is other video projects, and some of it is other work related stuff. One, my job is increasing, which is nice because then I'll be able to make extra money. But it does cut into a lot of the other projects that I do. So they're not going away. It's just I can't do the early access. And Project Newfoundland will still be early access, episode 5. So even though it will be coming out in around July 1st, episode 5, it will come to Patreon first, and then in August the next episode will come. So Patreon is going to get the pause first, but it's still going to get the exclusivity, and then YouTube will get the same pause but a month later. And so the reason why I need more time is because I got the class, which is like, oh, that's such a relief. I've been going to college, and there's one class I need to graduate, and I went during the fall semester to talk to my counselor, and I was like, at the time I needed 3 classes to graduate, but he told me that 2 of them were offered in the winter semester, but one wasn't. It just didn't exist anymore. I was like, I mean, not that it didn't exist. What he told me was probably didn't have enough people in it, so they weren't having the class. And so then I was like, so I'll just take these 2 classes, and I'll take the 3rd class next year. But on the second to last week of the winter semester, my teacher was like, "Oh, are you graduating?" And I was like, "Not this year. There's 1 class I need." And he was like, "What class is it?" And I told him, and he was like, "Your counselor lied to you." I was like, "What?" And so it ended up that the class was going on, but they changed the name. It's still the same subject, but the reason why, and so like the original class that it was called changed the name. It's still the same subject, and that's why the counselor couldn't find it to sign me up for it. So I was like, oh. So luckily my teacher is friends with luckily my teacher was friends with the other teacher, and so this is the image, just plowing through them. And they were able to make a summer class. It's not summer, it's spring semester, which is kind of terrible because it's only 2 months. But they were able to make the class for me, and there was one other student who needed it. And okay, get rid of that one. I'm actually going to take a small break. It's only going to be 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
I might not be the tallest man, but I sure would like to take your hand, Marley Ann. Shelter me from the storm, I promise I will keep you warm, Marley Ann.
Okay, I'm back. Um, so anyway, I was talking about my teacher was friends with the other teacher. And they were able to offer the class as a in the spring semester, which I was really happy with because I want to get it, all over with. But anyway, it's an independent study class, and so I still have to do all the work that I'd have to do if I did it in winter semester. So it's 4 months worth of work that I have to do in 2 months, which that's not the part that frightens me, but the whole part that I was getting nervous about was that I haven't been able to start it. So it started May 5th, and luckily the schedule of when things are due, it's completely up to me. I can do everything on the last day and hand it in, which wouldn't be very nice to the teacher. Or I can pace it out, do like 5 projects a week or 2 projects a week, as long as I get it all done. But I kind of planned on doing some of the work in New York during the first 2 weeks, but I wasn't able to. And it was funny because actually right before I left, I created a virtual machine on my Mac, my laptop, and I was like, okay, I'll use Visual Basic and everything on this virtual machine, and then I'll just transfer. I either upload from the machine or I will, transfer everything when I get back. But I ended up not having enough time to do that. And so for this week, for sure, I'm going to try to get 3 projects done. And then from then on, I only need to do like 2 projects a week. I'm getting tired. This might be the last photo. Something really weird happened where, I felt fine earlier today. And then I ate, and after I ate, I got some juice. I had grape juice, and I just got really dizzy, and I didn't get sick. I was just dizzy. I was like, oh no, and so I was debating whether I wanted to stream or not, but the dizziness finally went away. But then it was, and you might be able to tell, but my nose is really stuffy. But after I got really dizzy, I kind of set everything up for the stream, and went to, I started the pre-stream, and then I went to drink some water, and then my nose started bleeding, and I was like, seriously? And it wasn't just a little bit of blood, it was a lot. I was like, is this why I started feeling dizzy? But it all happened really fast. I finished eating, got my drinking juice, and then it was just instantly. It was like right when I finished the juice, and I'm not sure what caused it. I don't know if it was like, I drank too much sugar too fast or what. But like the juice was fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, so that's kind of why I'm lower energy. I was really high energy when I was planning the stream, but now I'm like recovering. So this is gonna be the last photo for tonight. I will stream more tomorrow. I'll probably stream later in the day. I want to stream early, but it will be later in the day because I have repair people coming, and so I don't want to stream while they're here. But I was able to do a lot of work today, and it was just gardening, and I was mowing the lawn. There was like a lot of stuff that I had to do. There was a tree that fell, and so about a quarter of the lawn I couldn't do because the tree was blocking my way to get there. And so today I went and I was like, you know what, I can attach a chain to the lawnmower. It's technically called a lawn tractor, but it's just a bigger lawnmower. And so then I looked and I was like, you know what, I might not have to, attach a rope to the lawn tractor. And so I just kind of, snapped all the branches I could, and it was really heavy because it was a thick tree. So some of it, couldn't be moved, but I was able to clear a path. And yeah, so I was able to do, the entire lawn. And the grass had grown like a lot, because when I came back from New York, that was one of the things I had to do was mow the lawn before we left, because it was like the grass was too long then. So we were only gone a week, and then come back, and it's like it looked like I never mowed. I mean, the grass grew that fast. And yeah, so it was just all day outside. And then there's this section where the lawnmower doesn't fit, so I had to use a push mower. See, I don't know why it's doing this. It's starting to lag again, and I don't appreciate it. I mean, it's okay because this is the last photo and I'm almost done with it. But I don't know why it starts, after a while. Should I say read? Okay. Going to the end. And we have the last work. Okay, that's it. And that kind of ends the stream. It wasn't a long one, but yeah, this is kind of welcome back. I'm streaming again. So thanks for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. It's going to be creative for the rest of the week. Doing creative streams. The Mass Effect 2 Let's Play will be starting next week. And so I'll be recording that live. So there will be recording live and then also recording the tape. And I'll explain more about that tomorrow. But thanks for tuning in. This channel is Thumbs United, but the photography and editing is for Footations. So thanks for stopping by. See ya.